Achiaa.
I don't understand why my colleague Achiaa is trying to box women.
Your colleague Achiaa and then your colleague Matilda.
I don't understand why they are trying to box women. That is why in marriage, you're supposed to marry your kind. Marry somebody who is like-minded. Somebody who is ready and able to push you to the top. There are some men I respect so much that go as far as buying even your university forms for their ladies to go back to school and further their education. They are not boxing the women in the house to say that they should take care of the house and do all the other domestic duties of the woman. It is not right. It will be very selfish of every man to push your lady or box her in a house to say that her place is the house to do domestic chores. It doesn't work like that. It is not fair on the part of women.
Right. So welcome to the second part of the conversation. And this time around, it's going to be an all ladies affair. Ladies, say hi.
Hi.
Okay. Thank you very much. I love the energy. So we're continuing with a conversation about young people and women's participation in various democratic processes. We want to find out why are ladies or women who make up majority of the population, ladies are more than men per the 2021 population and housing census in Ghana, yet their representation in various democratic processes seems to be underrepresented. Why is that so? And to help us do this particular discussion and find reasons to that and also propose solutions is Dr. Nana Afua Akyaa Kwakye. She is the immediate past Gender Commissioner for GRASAC, which is Graduate Student Association of Ghana, with the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology here. And Afua, welcome.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. To next is the Abena Achiaa. She is the current Gender Commissioner for GRASAC, which is the Graduate Student Association of Ghana, here on campus as well, KNUST. Abena Achiaa, welcome.
Thank you.
How are you?
I'm good. How about you?
Still managing.
Good to hear.
Right.
And my third panelist is Matilda Diboloni Kokar. She is a second-year political studies student here on campus. Matilda, welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. So since I am with you at the moment, let me begin with you. Why do you see or think that women are underrepresented in various democratic discourse?
I think there's also lack of support from the people. Yeah. When women make up their mind to contest for a position or represent their fellow women, including men, they tend to have like low level of support from the people. People tend to support the men more, the candidates who happen to be the men more as to the women. So somehow it tends to discourage the women from contesting further and then give up eventually. So, yeah.
If you ask about that, then the next thing that comes to mind happens to be competency. Is it just a woman representing? Is it just a woman being there for the sake of a woman must be there, or a competent woman must be there?
A competent woman must be there.
Yet you think society would still overlook the fact that she is competent and she can do the job, hence she is still unrepresented?
Yes, it happens.
Okay, we'll come back to that. But let me move to Abena Achiaa. Abena, how are you?
Good.
Congratulations on your current position as current GRASAC Gender Commissioner.
Thank you.
You could have been the president.
Yes, I could.
Why? Why did you choose to be a gender commissioner?
Maybe I am more inclined and I have a lot of passion for gender-related issues. Not to say that the position of the president doesn't have that in it, but I think that I better champion gender-related issues given the chance. That is why I decided to go for that position.
So you better represent gender matters issues or gender issues very well. That's why you decided to go in for that particular portfolio.
Absolutely.
And not that you cannot be at the top there.
No, not at all. Not at all. Just that for a president, of course, you have a bit of gender-related issues coming your way here and there. You would need sort of like a gender expert, somebody who is very passionate about gender issues to work on that for you. And that will be directed to my office, given the chance. So,
okay.
That's exciting.
Okay. So as we're talking about gender issues here, we're asking women participation, young and women and youth participation in various democratic discourse or processes. how would you rate women's participation in various democratic processes?
I think that worldwide, women representation in democracy with politics as our focus is you, if you would ask me, especially in our part of the world, Ghana, is very low. And this is due to a lot of reasons, which my sister has already mentioned one of them. I think that one reason that for me disturbs me is the lack of education as well as resources for ladies to go on in political training, even to a point of becoming a president or a vice president or whatever it is. So the lack of education and resources is a very big problem for ladies, especially in Ghana.
Lack of resources, isn't it the same problem that your other gender also face, i.e. the male gender?
Well, I mean, it's a man's world, especially if you go to
the next world.
If you go, it's a man's world.
You said it's a man's world.
If you ask, I think it's Mother Council, but let's move a little bit away from that. Now, if you go to, there are very, very remote areas in Ghana, if you ask me, very, very remote areas, such that some of them are really disturbed when it's that time of the month. Some of them go to an extent of not even going to school for 5 days. Imagine missing a class for 5 days. You come back and then you meet your male counterparts and then they are way ahead of you. So they lack that resource bit.
Okay.
So if you continue like that for some time, you won't have a lot of women coming out to say that they would want to contest for this position or that position, because of course they're not even competent enough to contest for that position. So yes.
Okay. So you ended on they are not even competent enough. My colleague Matilda, your colleague Matilda, said not because women are not competent enough to actually man or be highly represented at that place, but it is just a social structure.
Yes.
Right. Let me come to Abena, Dr. Nana Afua Akyaa Kwakye also, and find out from him, what do you think that can be done to enhance women's participation and young people's participation in various democratic discourse?
Okay, so I think this question is quite, a lot of answers come. So one is building capacity in women to, occupy those spaces. So for instance, when women don't have the skills to negotiate, skills in policy dialogues and all of those things, then they cannot occupy such positions or they cannot cause the change to happen. And also with education, like she mentioned, because they don't have resources. So it has to start from the roots, like what is the actual issue? So if the women are educated or they get the chance to be educated, then they gain the competencies to actually occupy or contribute to the discourse or the conversations we are having on governance and politics and leadership. So capacity building and education is one of them.
Capacity building. Abena, what do you also think about it?
I think that the emotions and the intelligence of women need to be appealed to. Some women may have the resources, some women may be exposed to all the education in the world, but still may not be confident enough to say that this is a position I can also run. I like the way you asked me why I didn't run for president. You get it? So some women may have the technical know-how, may have the skills to negotiate, may have the skills to lead and all that, but may not be able to have the confidence to say that, this is a position that is available for human beings. And I, as a human being, not as a woman, I will run for that position. So I think that the emotions of the women need to be appealed to for them to develop a tough skin to say that it's not just for men alone. I am a woman. I am a human being at that. And I'll be able to run for it. That's my take.
Do you think women really support their own women, their own gender?
It's very rare. If I see a woman supporting her own, it's very rare. But I think that the issue also comes down to competence. If Matilda is very competent and would want to run for presidency, why not? It doesn't mean she's a lady and so I will have to play the gender card and support her because she's a woman. No. Naturally, also, women like men leading them.
Okay.
That's a side.
Okay, so it's good that she landed on naturally women like men leading them. But then it's also the internalized things as women, like the things you have internalized as women, which is also a limitation to stepping in confidence in those roles, like championing change. It's because in our minds, we don't fit, like we are not qualified for it. We've always been told that, take the backstage, let the man take the front. So sometimes we are competent, but then we've internalized these things that we cannot be those things. And with the question you asked about why didn't she go for the presidential position, it's something that is common everywhere in the world, and even on KNUST campus. How many women do you see take up that challenge and say, okay, I'm going to take these ones and also compete for this presidential position? You find very few women. That is how come it was even an achievement when we had our first female SRC president. We haven't even had that in KNUST for a while. So
You see,
It's because they thought of her as competent.
okay, very well. We're still having the conversation on citizens. The microphone belongs to you, the citizen, because we're finding out active participation, or we're talking about active participation of young people and women in democratic processes. Ghana is actually heading towards the 2024 elections and people on the ballots paper. How many women do you see?
One, okay, this one.
Cool.
Madam Achiaa of Ghana Freedom Party.
Number 3.
yeah.
Very well. How does that inspire other people, other women?
Okay, so with Madam Achiaa, we know she had
And looking at her competency, would you vote for her?
okay. Personally, I wouldn't vote for her, and it's not because I don't support women. It's because I believe there are still some competencies she can gather before she and then come again.
This is about her 4th or 3 times on the ballot paper.
Yes, I don't know the people that's around her, but then there are certain competencies she can gain. Really, and truly. I mean, I think everyone can agree with me over here that she lacks the competencies. That is why. But she's the only one. But it encourages other women, okay, who have the competency to actually step and also take up that role. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not like she's not winning because she's a woman. Just like my friend. Yeah, it's because she lacks the competence. Just like the other candidates too. Yeah. So we vote for the one we think will do better.
Okay. So it means that I am very enthused about the fact that you ladies are appreciating the fact that it is not just about the female factor or the woman factor, but it's about the woman factor plus her abilities to do.
Yes.
And that, I think, is very critical. So, of course, we've also talked about how we can actually build up that capacity of the woman to take up the various roles. But again, I want to find out, is the level playing ground the same?
No, it's not the same. You don't have the same level playing ground. You don't. You do not have the same level.
It is the same. We have the same level.
I disagree with her. She mentioned that when you go to the remote areas, okay, so imagine a young girl child in those remote areas who has the dream of one day becoming the president of Ghana. However, she doesn't even have the infrastructure. She doesn't have that building called school to even go and sit and learn certain basic things to even encourage her to climb up the educational ladder and all that. So she's in her village, she had that dream, but there's nothing propelling her to even achieve those dreams.
What about the young lady in the city who also has all of
Oh,
those?
of course. So you see, when you say level playing ground, it isn't the same. We don't have the same level playing ground.
I thought I see you very itching to say something. You mean? Please speak into the microphone.
It's not that, but it's not the same. It's
The level playing ground is not-
No, let's take marriage for instance. The responsibility of a woman hinders her a lot from participating in things like position and all that. So it's never the same. A man has a chance to contest, do whatever he wants, but a woman, she has a lot of things to do as far as the marriage and the family is concerned. So it's never the same.
Are you not limiting women's ability to take up various positions to one marriage? Okay, so I think you've actually highlighted some of the challenges. I talked about education, internalization of women feel that they cannot, but you're bringing in the factor of marriage. How does marriage really?
It's all linked. We mentioned social cultural norms. Okay, so I think it's always said as a woman you're expected to take care of your home in its totality. So, for example, you're supposed to take care of your husband, your kids, yourself, and for some women, you have to take care of your husband's family, your family. Like, look at all these things, and then still balance everything and then still compete with men who just have to just compete. I don't know if I will be sounding some way, but then really that is what it says.
I don't understand why my colleague Achiaa is trying to box women.
Your colleague Achiaa and then your colleague Matilda.
See, I don't understand why they are trying to box women.
Okay.
That is why in marriage, you're supposed to marry your kind. Marry somebody who is like-minded. Somebody who is ready and able to push you to the top. There are some men I respect so much that go as far as buying even university forms for their ladies to go back to school and further their education. They are not boxing the women in a house to say that they should take care of the house and do all the other domestic duties of the woman. It is not right. It will be very selfish of every man to push your lady or box her in a house to say that her place is the house to do domestic chores. It doesn't work like that. It's not fair on the part of women.
I think that we can also acknowledge that there are some men, who push the women agenda or who push, like she's saying, their women to further their education and all that, who take up roles in the house to ease the burden of their spouses.
Exactly.
So there are men, but then how many men do that? Because if that was the case, that's right. We be seeing the numbers representing.
You see? So change starts from a point. Who built norms in society? Human beings.
Exactly.
Right? So change starts from a point. It starts from you. When you give birth to your son, then you tell your son that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it starts from a point, but
And once you enter the institution of marriage, you are required to do it. That has to change. That is what has to change. Like,
no, so there should be. I think that there should be talks about it. Men should be able to understand that.
I feel that we have overly putting the blame on society and men, having to be doing, obscuring the path that which women can actually go.
No, I think it would be unfair for you to say that, there are real issues on the ground, real issues. For example, if a man decides to take up, if a man decides to contest for a position, the support the man gets is bigger than what the woman gets financially, and even with the people that would, be backing the man and all that. But a woman doesn't have that. And you see, till women occupy, even in education, until women get to that percentage where the whole affirmative action was to encourage women, because we are the marginalized group, but we still are. We've not reached the goal yet. However, when the goal is reached, then we can start talking about other things. But for now, we are not overstretching this when we say that women are underrepresented and they are marginalized and there are societal issues at the core. That is the problem. We are not overstretching it.
Matilda?
Me, I don't like the way you are making women look freaky.
So, you think good. She's saying because we're tied to a lot of responsibilities. You think because women are tied to a lot of responsibilities, that's why they are really, really underrepresented?
That shouldn't be a reason.
Matilda?
it's a problem.
It is a reason.
It's a reason. It's a reason.
Again, you guys are your own problems. Are you guys your own problems, as in really supporting your very own?
We can agree that we are our own problem. You sense it. Okay. Can I agree? So that's
Because I also support. Or you say you.
so we still telling. It's not to say that I don't support women, but then I think it's a conversation we've had. Women find it difficult to support their fellow woman when the woman is contesting for a position. And because, like I said, there's this whole internalized thing, and also, yes, which is
We break it out, and you think society have not given that space. Of course, you said that the level playground is still not the same. A chance says that the level playground is the same for everybody. I think society have not created that room for you to break out of your own shackles and take up roles.
no. So it's up to us to also know that if a woman is
If it is happening you, then it is not the fault of society.
you are not in society. Now I'm just saying that you said that women. So I'm saying that we are also our own problem, because when it comes to supporting one of our own, we also feel like, there's this thing that I say, when you give a woman power, she's very wicked. There are no this is what talks in society, that when you give a woman power, she becomes some way. And also, even aside, if a woman not supporting their own women, a woman takes up a position and then she's asked if she's good enough to even occupy that position. That then she have roles that will interfere. When you even go for job interviews, some companies will choose to take women who are single as compared to women who are married. Why? Because they understand that there are certain positions that a woman can find herself in, which can interfere with their business vision or goal. So, for example, they expect you to work from 8 to 10 p.m. But as a woman with a kid, you can't do that job. So these are little things. I'm not blaming it entirely, but there are little things that come to play. Like, it's so broad that you can't even blame it on one thing. But as women, it's because we don't even believe ourselves to be good leaders. That's why we don't support each other.
Okay.
But then I don't believe that. I'm just saying that is what is out today.
That is what is out there.
Yeah.
Matilda, your take on women inclusion and women supporting each other in matters of inclusivity?
Well, I think just like she said, I think it all boils down to the fact that that's how we need to believe. Yeah.
Okay. That's all you think? You've been made to believe that.
But that was the thing, yeah, from the beginning.
How can we break away?
That's how.
How can we break away? How can we break away? How can we break away from this belief, from this box in which you feel women are placed in?
Well, it starts from ourselves. I believe it starts from we the ladies and we the women. Yeah.
Okay. Nana, Abena, do you think women have really proven competency enough? They've proven competent enough when they are given leadership roles. And so the next
point they are given.
when and then anytime, yes, when they are given leadership roles, have women really delivered to the expectation, which feels like, whoa, which is beyond?
Have women been given the chance? No, they haven't.
A lot of women have been given the chance, i.e., if you really want to cite examples.
No, a lot of women haven't been given the chance.
So when you say haven't been given a chance, sorry, not to cut you, but then it means that we don't have the same level playing ground, if that's what you're saying.
Calm down.
No, look, I am asking this because look, we have a woman who heads sanitation ministry, and yet we can talk about matters of corruption. You see women in them. There are a lot of ills in them. There are a lot of societal ills that it is deemed that it is only men, and because men are heading those particular institutions. Yet there's a woman who's headed that institution before, and still there have been scandals. There's been lots of disappointment on the woman leading the Akyaa, or even more. So we want to find out, do women truly deliver when they are given that position?
There are also chances of women, or there are also examples of women who have been given the chance to head some key leadership positions and have delivered. You can't also run away from that.
I am only asking. I'm asking that, do women deliver when given the opportunity?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. That so there are women that have delivered already, and when given the chance, women always deliver when they are given the chance.
How do you feel when a woman disappoints?
How do I feel when a woman disappoints? Okay, playing the gender card, I feel just a little bit disappointed.
Just a little bit disappointed, or totally disappointed?
Just a little bit disappointed.
How do you feel if a man disappoints?
Same way, just a little bit disappointed, because they are human beings.
Because I'm asking you based on what you say, just using the word just.
No, see.
Just means that,
if we are,
so the severity of it, you're not really paying much attention to it because it is just.
No. Should a woman disappoint? Should just look at disappointments in particular. Male or female, we do disappoint all the time. Right? We do disappoint all the time. So it shouldn't surprise me if a woman in power disappoints, or a man in power disappoints. That comes to what brings me to what she was saying, that some people think that when women are given power, they tend to change. There's a bit of arrogance and all that. It's the same with men. It is the same with men. Some men in power also, when given the chance to do, they also get arrogant.
But it does not make it right.
Exactly my point.
So we asking that, how can we be confident? How can society be confident when women lead? Because already there's underrepresentation. Yes, we've admitted. We're finding solutions to how to increase that particular representation. So that is to say, we're giving more women the chance to lead.
Exactly.
Now, those women have been given the opportunity to lead, and then when they get there, they are now disappointing other people.
That is why I cited that example, that there are also women that have been given the chance and they are doing great.
Exactly. So those doing great are the inspiration to others. And I'm finding out from you as an individual, how do you feel when women disappoint?
Oh, as a human being, I should feel bad that you have disappointed me.
And
feel bad.
And then what do you do to that individual?
In politics, that's individual in politics. Giving the chance to vote the person out for another woman.
Yeah, another way.
For another woman.
For another woman.
To give another woman the chance to also,
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's fine. So give the chance to another woman, she says, and you tend to agree with her, Matilda.
Yes.
So we ask the question, how do we ensure or how do we increase women representation in governance?
Representation of women.
In governance, how do we increase it?
Creating more space and room for the women and granting them, giving them the support that they need. Because, I think the support is a major problem.
If you've not been supported enough
Yes, women are not supported enough.
by your own self.
There's space for both sides. So with the increasing the number, so there's no legal number currently, I may be wrong, that says that, maybe government should take up this number. Like governments are liberty and to choose the number they want for representation of women. So if there's a legal number, for example, maybe for every government, there should be at least 30% of women, then it actually increases the chances of competent women to occupy various ministerial positions in the government, within the government, to also let their voices be heard and their opinions be known.
So giving women the opportunity, making
So a quota,
a quota.
Yes.
So it means that it becomes stagnant.
Yes. It should be done in a way that it doesn't disadvantage men at the same time. You ask, is it about just women? We said no. We are talking about competent women. So there should be a quota to allow, if there are diverse perspectives, there are diverse opinions, there are diverse experiences, it enhances the governance. I mean, if you are getting opinions from just one group, you can't move forward. When we all bring our experiences, we all bring our opinions, you get to know the unique challenges and experiences we all have, and then you merge them and you make something beautiful and you make governing the country very nice.
Abena Achiaa, your opinion on how to increase women representation in governance?
Skill training, leadership training.
Yeah.
More attention should be paid to the development of a girl child at a very young age.
Yeah.
That way, you can be able to develop the child's inherent values, that she can do more. Her space is not only in the kitchen. It's not only at home. No, she can go beyond that. Even given the chance or giving the opportunity and then you don't have the needed skills, you will fail. You disappoint us. You get it? If the person doesn't have the needed values to say that, yes, other women have done wrong, but you should go there and do the right thing, it will disappoint us again. So me, it's a skill training, leadership training, and also that parental orientation right from the way.
Skills training, leadership training, and parental orientation right from the word go. You think our political parties, i.e., our political parties, have also helped in shaping and increasing the women representation in governance and democratic process? Doctor, I see you very ready to talk.
She's always ready.
I think that political structures also impede. I mean, there's also been improvements there, but then more can be done, such that when they create those movements, they don't just let it fade into thin air. They make sure. So an example I can think of now is the 31st December Women's Movement. I mean, now you're not hearing of them as much, but when it began, they used to be out there encouraging women, training women to occupy these positions. But I think now they're still doing it, but it's just not out there like that, yes. And so they can create some of those groups to recruit women. So, for example, those political parties can train women, just like what she said, train, but then now you're older, so they train you recruit more women to empower them to also step up and take up certain positions. So,
Atoda?
I think political parties are also doing they are doing a good job, because they give women roles like important places.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they join.
So,
Okay. Please.
yeah, they are doing good because
If they are doing good and the number is still this way, yeah, then there's more room for improvement.
yeah, they are doing good, but there's more room for improvement.
So, finally, before we actually bring, today's conversation to a close. Okay. Abena Achiaa, matters of how political.
Why? I'm sitting here.
I don't even know why.
You're almost making me look invisible.
Okay, Abena Achiaa.
How have political
Parties also shaped up the whole discourse of enhancing women representation in governance and democratic process?
Well, I think especially political parties in Ghana have done so well. But then there's so more to be done, like my sisters have said. And also, the women need to also give themselves up. Like, open yourself up. There could be help for you. There could be help available for you by or from the political parties. But then if you, the woman, if you're not ready to take up those positions, you may be skilled. But then if you are not ready, how do we help you with there?
I wanted to add something to the political structure. So there are still some men who have like patriarchal attitudes where they think they are better than women. And so people like that within the party also have to change their mindset and be more welcoming to opinions and suggestions from women. It is also a problem. So then men within those spaces also have to know that the opinions of women matter. We are coming with different perspectives. So then it's us on to, create a very good environment.
Thank you very much, because that would have been my next question about how does the male gender also add up in increasing women representation? And you touched up, reorienting their patriarchal mindsets to giving women the opportunity in the political party. But aside politics, how do you think the male gender, because Abena, if you should give birth to both a man, a boy and a girl, and you a gender advocate, you pushing for inclusivity and everything, how do you psych up the mind of your boy, your boy child, to know that the sister is very important to also be ahead of her, particularly when the sister comes second?
How will I train up my boy child? I will train up my boy child to think of his little sister or look at his little sister as a human being, not as a man. Not as a man, because a woman can never be equal to a man.
As a human being ahead of him or before?
No, equal to him. Because of course,
equal to him.
Yes, equal to him, especially in political conversation. Equal to him. But then I also teach my girl child to say that I am pushing you, yes, but do not also think of yourself as superior to the man. Yeah.
Vero, wrap up comments. Let me begin with you, Matilda. This whole conversation about enhancing women and young people's participation in democracy and political representation. Your very last comments.
My last comments, I would say from the girls, like we the women. Yeah, because right now, I think the society is improving. So if there's anything that should be changed, we the women, so we have to try our best to, change our mindsets and everything. We should support our very own, because the more we support our own, the other gender too would come in. So we should try our very best to support our fellow females.
Okay. Abena Achiaa.
Support your very own who is competent.
Yeah.
Because that will make, if you support your very own who is not competent, it will make you look weak. It will make even the person you're supporting.
Obviously, you're supporting the content.
Just like they think about your very own who is competent. Because you will not want to put a bad leader out there. You will not want to support a bad leader. Apart from that, women should open themselves up to be trained. If you have that inherent virtue in you of leadership, let other people see it. Let it come. Allow yourself. Let other people see it, because it's other people that can push you, man or woman. Yeah.
Okay, so they've said a lot, and women should also make their own rules. If you are with a partner, make your rules. Let him know that this is your vision. This is where you want to make your own rules in your family, in your society. Let everybody know that you can do it and then you will do it. So they've mentioned training, opening themselves up to training, and then also supporting each other and all that. I think that would help. Yes.
Okay. So make your own rules, promote or support competent women to be in various positions. And of course, avail yourself for leadership. These are the concluding messages by our panelists. And here, Kumasi, you heard from Dr. Nana Afua Akyaa Kwakye. She is the immediate past Gender Commissioner for GRASAC, which is the Graduate Students Association of Ghana, here on the campus of the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology. And also, you heard the voice of Abena Achiaa. She is the current Gender Commissioner for GRASAC, also on campus, Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, and Matilda Diboloni Kokar. She is the second year political studies student here on campus as well. Ladies, I would never say gentlemen again.
Can I invite?
No, in this contest, because it is all annual ladies affairs. So ladies, thank you so much for your time with me.
Thank you. Saying that diverse solutions, diverse perspective lead to better solutions. So diverse, thinking, diverse opinions, diverse experiences lead to better solutions.
People go with the old adage. What a man can do, a woman can always do better.
So if a man can destroy,
A woman will.
Anyway, well, that's where we end up. Of course, the ladies just don't end the show, but of course, we've got to bring it up. Thank you so much.